says the Bible, it doesn't say that Jesus comes back with an olive branch. It says it in black and white, right there. He comes back to execute judgment. He came out of the clouds. He was at the head of 10,000, and he had a word that was dripping with blood. Isaiah the prophet saw him treading the winepress alone. Have you ever seen someone tread the winepress? They should stomp on grapes. It covers their clothes and their garments with the juice of the grape. They saw him treading the winepress alone, traveling down the wicked and the unjust. America's under divine judgment. How does it speak? This is a great country. This is the best country in the world. But that bitch ain't righteous. And she's not righteous because all you preachers are scared. You all have something to lose. So I guess that answers that question.
And the members of ARC. What a wonderful name. As the storm clouds of this world's destruction gather, we need an ark. And we need a man to call us into the ark. The ark was so simply built. Some scholars say it was a very crude ship. In the Holy Quran, it says it was put together with planks and nails, but it was floating on in our sight as a mercy. No matter how simple things look, when God is in it, no one can destroy it.
Right.
On his return, it said we will see him coming in the clouds of heaven, having great power. And they that pierced him will wail because of him. Because he's not coming to preach. That's what we were supposed to be doing. He's coming to judge.
Yes, sir.
Well, as a spiritual person who has charge of a flock, I would really like him to be pleased with me. If we as his pastors are not making any demands on his flock, that we conform to the standard that he has given us, then we are not having a good prayer.
All right.
And we're not really worthy of any praise because our preaching is not proper. Everybody in the world today say they love Jesus. It wasn't that way 2,000 years ago. But how much do you love him? See, if you love him, you do as he directs.
That's right. Hello.
That's true.
If you love him, you have a personal relationship.
That's true.
If you love him, he's always in your thoughts. If you love him, before you do anything you ask, would he be pleased? If you love him, you die, that he may live in you.
Yes, sir.
Two things can't occupy the same space at the same time. I think it's in the book of Galatians, Paul couldn't leave the people because Christ was not yet formed in them.
Yeah.
Well, if Christ is formed in you, then God is formed in you. Then you become a little Christ with power. You're not powerless in his name.
Well,
But if you don't have power to inspire men and women to change in their life, then Christ is not a power in you. Him. I ain't talking about to talk about him. I'm talking about living Jesus so that he becomes so real that when the people see you, they see him. When they hear you, they hear him. And you don't have to talk about restoration. Everything around you is restored. You don't have to talk revival because everything around you is revived. You don't have to talk about spiritual values because you got them. You live them.
I know.
He's not a good husband. You see, we talk about Jesus. Yes, he's unique. Yes, he's matchless. Yes, he's incomparable, but don't use his birth as an excuse. Our Father, aren't you? Father, then Jesus is our elder brother. And then the same essence that's in Jesus is in you, is in me, is in her, is in all of us. And that's why the disciples said, how can you say you love God whom you have never seen?
Yes.
And hate your brother whom you see every day. Why did the master say, inasmuch as you have not done it unto the least of these, my brethren, you have not done it also unto me? It is because the same thing that you praise in Jesus is buried in every one of those human beings that you see out there lost. Church?
No.
If they are not. If you say you see, aren't you responsible for the blind? Then don't tell me about your righteousness.
All right.
And your people are dying in sin, and you walk by them to get here today. The greatest men and women in this country right now are the men and women of God. Not the president.
That's right. Go ahead.
Not the governor, not the mayor, although we like to, be seen with them. I had a meeting last night with the governor. I just came back from the White House. As though that's supposed to make the flock happy because you was at the big house with the big Satan.
With the big.
When you got fellowship with Christ, who is big after that?
All right. Yes, sir.
We're talking good words, but we are far from living the good life. And so I'm afraid that on his return, we might be some of those saying, Lord, Lord, and he will say, depart from me, ye workers of iniquity, for I know you not. I don't want to be in that shape. I'm literally terrified of the Christ. because he intends to destroy this world. He don't come back with an olive branch.
No.
The book said he came back at the head of 10,000, and he had a sword in his hand, and it was dripping with blood. Isaiah the prophet saw him coming, treading the wine press alone.
Talk, minister.
And have you ever seen a wine press? In the old days, it was a big, huge vat where they put the grapes in it.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And you'd wash your feet and wash your legs, and you would get in and shred the grapes down until your garment was red with the juice of the grape.
Yes.
They saw him coming, treading the wine press alone, treading the wicked down under his foot. America is under divine judgment even as we speak.
Talk, minister.
She's a great country, the greatest on earth, but she's not righteous. And she's not righteous because there are no preachers that will condemn her evil without fear. How can you be of Jesus Christ and afraid to speak his word?
Talk, minister. All right.
How can you be of Jesus Christ and refuse to stand up for his righteousness and let everything and anything go on in the house of God, and you wink your eye as though you saw nothing? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.